Hello, it's Megan from the Paper Mill. Welcome back to my channel. Or welcome if you've never been here before. So excited to be a part of a collaboration for Christmas. It is Rach and Bella's Crafts collaboration. It's their 5th one. And it is called A Crafter's Christmas Hop. It started on the 1st of November and it's running all the way till the 30th of November. And there's going to be 2 creators a day creating. Either the first creator will start something and then send you over to the next one and they'll finish it, or they're creating the same thing and just putting their own version on the same thing. I've been partnered with Angela Kerr, which is really exciting because I've followed her for a long time, so I was chuffed to find out that we've been partnered together, and we're going to create the same thing but in our own version. And from Angela's idea of a double belly band, that's what I'm going to be doing today. If you want to follow along and use the same kits throughout the collaboration, go to the link below, Rach and Bella Crafts shop, and they have their kit available there. There's 40% off at the moment throughout the whole collaboration, so go grab it. It's really fun to work with and it's a really big kit, so I would go and grab it. Right, let's make a start. I've already had a play around. I watched her original video on the double belly band, and then I recreated it using Rach and Bella Crafts kit, some of the Christmas kit, and then I'm going to go and recreate 2 more now. Yeah, so it's a double belly band, so you can stick it down here and then you would put that one in there, and then you've got this one here as well, and then she had a little pocket on there which you put a tiny little tag in, and I've made a tag, but it's a little hidden writing spot tag. Let's stick that in there, and I've just decorated it using, I've done lots and lots of fussy cutting of the kit. There's loads of bits to cut out. Angela sewed these bits together and she sewed this pocket on and she did it immaculately. I don't know if I could sew that neatly, so I've glued it, but sewing would be good if you can sew in a straight line, just because it's such a thin pocket. It is a bit more forgiving than if you glue it or use tape, because that would always make the pocket a little bit smaller. But yeah, that's the one that was my prototype that I've been playing with, and I will show you what I have planned. I've done quite a bit of prep for this one, so I want to make 2. I've used one of the background pages, as this is going to be the back, and then that's going to be the front of that one, and that's also another one of the background pages. I just love this blue, it's really beautiful, and I just think they go really lovely together. Before I go any further, make sure you're on the screen completely. Right, so yes, I plan to stick those like that, just alternate, and then I've made some little pockets here that I'm going to stick on there, and I've just used music sheet for that, and I've cut them really thin but to leave a little border around the edge. And then what I've done, because they're so thin, instead of gluing it both sides, I'm just going to glue it here and there, and then that just leaves that open a bit more, otherwise that's going to be too tight. And then I've cut it just a little bit on the edge here, so I'm going to stick that there. But first, what I want to do before I do that is just add an edge to here. Angela did some lace, which is what I've done with this one, but what I want to do is I really love adding vintage papers. The older and the scragglier the better, and what I plan on doing is sticking, because I thought these colours go really nicely, sticking those on the edge, and it just softens the edge a little bit, and I thought I'd do that instead of lace, because I love the lace, but I also love doing this, so I wanted to see what it looked like. So I'm not going to take too much off. I'm going to just rip this. You don't have to cover the whole back. So if I go to a vintage fair or a charity shop and I see paper like that, I buy it immediately, and then I will just stick that on the edge, and it just adds a little bit of interest, I think, organic interest. So I'm going to just glue along here. I have a bit of an aversion to straight lines, so this just softens it for me. There, and then let's trim that. Yeah, that looks quite nice. And then I've got this other side as well. So that's a lot darker. Looks alright though. So I think this is from, it's actually an antique paper, but it's an antique magazine. So it's an antique magazine which has turned into an antique itself. Interesting. Yeah, that'll do. Don't know if anybody else likes to use the edges like this. I just think it just makes such a nice effect. I couldn't recreate the organic aged effect just as authentically as that. Where's the... Yes, so I'm going to do the other one. I've got a bit more here. Now, do I have enough to do both sides? Is the question. Ooh. So now this one's got writing on it, and I think that looks really nice, so I might actually add the writing to it as well. I think it just gives it a real unique effect. I'll try not to... I've really got into making belly bands at the moment. I've made quite a few and they're really fun. I didn't really rate them before. Well, not that I didn't rate them, I just didn't really make them before, and then I've started making them recently and I've really enjoyed them. They're so versatile. It's so many different ways to do it. So I quite like that little bit of detail. Right, next side. Don't think that's long enough. That's long enough, isn't it? Okay. How long is that? Right. So that's just a little, that's definitely softened the edges up a bit, which is what the lace would do as well, but I wanted to try that. Okay. I did actually do it on this one as well. I used the slightly browner edge. It just takes off the harshness of the straight line, I think. Okay. So I'm not going to stick it all down yet because I want to decorate these first. And I don't tend to put things straight in the middle. Like these baubles. This is from the same picture. I just printed that one smaller. And I like things slightly off center. So I'm going to rummage through here. And so I would have that in the middle and then I would cut it. It's just the way I work. I have a plan for that one actually. So I'll leave that out. There's so many things to cut out and use. It's a really good kit. Might try this one. It's fun because I create my own digitals, and I make all my journals. That goes with that one, doesn't it? I might use those. Yeah, I make my own digitals, and I create journals using those. It's quite nice to use someone else's kit. I have a lot of fun with it. And just stick that on there. Don't want to get glue on. And then I do stuff off center. This I always have done. Slightly wonky, I guess. That. And I'm just going to trim off all the excess. Little foot stuck to my table. Like so. Yeah, that looks really cute. I have to say, I love doing Christmas crafting. I started an autumn journal, and then I started a Christmas journal, and completely forgot about my autumn journal because I got so into my Christmas one. I need to finish it really because autumn's nearly done. Right, so they're going to go there, and I have created a little tag for here. Do I want them that way, or do I want them that way? I think I might have them that way. I've made one tag already, again using all of Rach and Bella's kit, similar to this one, but it's just super skinny. And I want to make another one. You can join me, and that's going to just go there. Okay, let's make another one of those. Let's move those aside. It's just started absolutely pouring down. I've got, this is music sheet. I have so many music sheets that I'm chundering through them because it's this endless amount of music paper, but it's great. This is just a cover. This makes great writing space. It's just a nice colour instead of using just plain white background. So this is the one I used for that. This is a background page. I've got another one somewhere here. I thought that would go nicely, so I'm going to use that one. I want to make it the same size as that. What do I want to use? Yeah. I might actually use the middle of that because the pattern's a bit darker. The pattern shows up a bit more even, should I say. My printer is not very well at the moment, so subtle patterns, as beautiful as it is not shown up too much. I'm going to make sure I get this lovely flower in there. Just do this. What I normally do is fold it, then cut it. because I'm just copying this shape, I'm just going to do it like that. Okay, let's glue this onto here. Try glue it on the writing side. Okay, above that. And there's another little tag. And what you can do is make a little hole, but these are so tiny that I think my hole punch should probably cover it a bit too much. So that's why I stuck. Where did I put it? I've lost the other one. I'll find it in a second. That's why I stuck a little bit of lace on the top. Just ink the edges. Right, there it is. So yeah, I've done a tiny little bit of lace on the top, which I might do with this one as well. This is just a tiny bit left over from my other belly band. A bit of glue. Lovely. Right, so I want to decorate that one now. This one's from, those are some tags. This one here I might put on, which is what I did with here. This is actually from one of the background papers that I printed off smaller, because for this one alone, because I wanted to add it. I love A Christmas Carol story. The story of the Christmas Carol. I might add that there. And then she's a bit too big. These are mittens. Oh, I could fold them, couldn't I? Have one either side. I might do that. I'm going to do that. Let's see what that looks like. Again, I can't put it in. I don't know why. I just can't put it in the middle. I have to do it on the edge a little bit. Yes, I'm going to do that. Yeah. So there you have a little tag with a little bit of writing space. So I think we're probably ready to glue these together. This is the tricky bit, because you just need the littlest bit of glue. So bear with me, I just do this really gently. Don't want to put too much on and spread it so it gets too thick. That one. Oh, they look cute. That one. I'll let those dry for a little while and then they will slot inside. And then let me stick these ones down. I can be a bit more generous with the glue. And what I've done is what Angela did, is just folded these pieces over, and I've stuck a bit of card in between them just to make them even stronger again. Is that in the middle? It's in the middle, doesn't it? There. Yeah, they look nice. Let's put some of this away. My desk gets so messy so quickly. Right, so those are those ones. And what I plan on doing with these is, I've just finished a Christmas journal, so there isn't room for them in here. But I did start, I've got some envelopes and stuck them together and then opened them out. And I've just covered them in more music paper. It's my challenge to use up as much music sheets as I can. I have so many. And I thought I could put these in here. Maybe that might be that's too thick to go on the outside, but that might work on there. I think that looks nice, doesn't it? So I will glue those down. Let's do that. And then they're ready. And then I want to make some ephemera to go in there. Thank you so much, Angela, for this idea. I really like it. I'm trying to come up with do loads more different belly band ideas. I didn't realise there was so many actually. Now I've started doing them. I made a few from my last journal. There's a video of my Christmas journal previous if you want to watch it. Yeah, I made a few belly bands for there, and I've got the bug now, so I was really chuffed that I was giving Angela her, as well as getting to partner up with her, but because we were making belly bands, I thought that was really cool. It's a sign I need to make more. Okay, I have somewhere amongst this chaos, I've already made a little tag, some plain brown paper on the back that's going to go in there. And again, these are all from the kit. Oh, I've got glue all over my table. Let's leave that to dry for a minute. I want to make another one. That's why I said I had a plan for this lady. I thought she went nicely with him. They look like they belong together. So I need, let's find that paper. Where did it go? Bear with me. This is one of the background papers. I'm going to do similar to that one. It's just a collage really. I want to make it the same size as that. So I'm not so good at measuring. I tend to just play by eye. A little border. Okay, let's just rip off some of this. And I'm going to just make sure there's a little border around it of the brown paper. And then I like to age the edges, and I don't ever stick them down too neatly. I just think it makes them look a bit more rustic. It's just my style. So I roughly do this. I don't do it gently. I like if I accidentally fold it, and that's okay. Stick this down. Just squish it down a bit. And then there was some more of that. Have I got more? Oh yeah, here it is. This is from when I made my other kit, the other belly band. This is what's left over. Again, I printed it off smaller again, so it's let me show you. Where did it go? So this pattern here is the same as that, but this is the A4 size, and that is, I just made it down to A5, and it just shrinks the pattern a little bit, and then you can repeat it, but it doesn't look too samey. I'm just going to rip a bit of this. I thought the gold goes nicely, and then stick them down. Where do you want to go, lady? And they're uniform with each other. Same thing but different. There. Yeah, they look good. And so they can go there. I wonder if this is dry now. I'm scared to touch it. Ooh. They're going to go in there, like so. And what I might do is do a signature in between them. So they're not completely next to each other, but they mirror each other. And then they can go in there. Is that dry? Gently. And then I have some more music sheets. I've got so many. But these ones are actually from, these are Christmas morning and Christmas evening. They're, is it palms? And what I was thinking, they're really beautiful sizes. It's just folding them. I want it so it pokes out. And then they can go in there. I don't know if that's going to be too wide. Oh, yeah. And they can live in there. So you've got Christmas morning and then Christmas evening. So that's there you go. I'm going to go in there like that. And there you go. There's my take on Angela's double belly band. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope that you do join in with the collaboration and enjoy it, and get lots of new crafty ideas. I'm really excited to watch the rest of the videos. Thank you so much for being here. Take care. Bye bye.